Dear friends, welcome to this program, Moments with God. Usually you hear Father Dominic Emmanuel SVD, but today he requested me, being in our European provincials meeting, he asked me to share for the following Sunday. So the theme is that Jesus healing the 10 lepers, and one man comes out of gratitude to thank him. So when he asked me to reflect on this, the first thing that came to my mind is, while I was working in the parish, I used to prepare children for their first Holy Communion. Now you know Netherlands, Belgium is a highly secularized, we could say post-modern Catholic country. So I thought maybe I can give with a creative work. So I asked the children first to introduce themselves, and after having introduced, I also asked them to introduce their parents. So after having that, I gave them a short creative work. I asked them to write a letter to God, thanking God for their life, for this opportunity to prepare for First Holy Communion. They finished it within few minutes and then handed over their sheets to me. So I gave the letter back to their own parents and asked them to read one by one. So maybe I can share out of that one letter. One child who is 9-year-old wrote a letter to his mother. And the first line was like this: "My dear mother, I thank you for all the service that you do at home. You get up before everyone, prepares meal for us. You clean the house, clean my dress, and even when I was sick, you used to sit at my sick bed and you used to pray for me. So I thank you." And when that mother read this letter, there were eye drops, tears falling down. And she said, "This is the first time that my child expressed gratitude or thankfulness in writing." So I could say, words of gratitude brings us closer to God. A grateful heart is close to God. Now I asked this boy, have you seen God? No, he says, God created my mother in his place, and I experienced God's love in and through my mother. In today's gospel, we heard Jesus did very many wonders or miracles. These 10 lepers, probably they were not part of the society. Now, after having healed, they could reintegrate to the society. But one man came back to thank God consciously, to thank Jesus consciously. You may ask, what is this so big? In our day-to-day life, practically every day, we say thank you, sorry. And I think when I myself have expressed this thankfulness or gratitude or even a word of sorry, I think it is something like, grease, that is if a machine is running too long, it begins to make noise, but if you add a little oil, it becomes very supple. And I think these words of thank you or sorry adds to such. But the question is, how can we become grateful people? As I was also looking back or reflecting, 4th October was the feast day of Francis of Assisi. I think he was a man of contemplation. He used to praise and thank God for moon, fire, sun, wind, and water, and even animals. And he used to call them brothers and sisters out of gratitude, out of thankfulness. So out of gratitude and thankfulness, he could make the nature, the animal world, and even human beings as his brothers and sisters. So the question is, how can we bring this attitude of gratitude, a mode of spirituality in our day-to-day life, in our daily life? I can share another example maybe. There was a nurse who used to come for spiritual direction. So one day she was sharing with me that there was a patient in the hospital whom she cared for more than 1 month after a very difficult surgery. In Netherlands, very often these days after a surgery, in 2 days' time or the same day, people return home. But this man developed some complication and he was admitted for 1 month. And then when he was discharged from the hospital, he came with a packet of Mercy chocolate and a letter to this nurse. And she said, Father Avin, that gesture of this man gave me enthusiasm and inspired me to dedicate much more than what I used to do. So she said an act of charity, an act of gratitude helped her to become more dedicated in her work. I think very often we take this as a day-to-day affair and nobody thinks of making a special effort to thank people who have inspired us, who have accompanied us, who have helped us, or who have motivated us, who have inspired us. So I think as I conclude this homily or this reflection, I think I can give you some practical tips that I myself do every day. I think nobody can say I have not enough time to sleep. So before going to bed, maybe take 5 to 7 minutes to recollect the day and name the moments that you experience God's presence in and through other people. And if you are really touched by someone's kindness or a good deed, try to make the following day maybe a letter, a thankful letter or a thank you card, right? Or make a telephone call. These days it is very easy. Just pick up your phone, make a call to express that gratitude. And I think that is one way that we can continue the spirituality of gratefulness, spirituality of thankfulness in our day-to-day life. And thereby we can bring the motto of our founder, father, leader, Arnold Jansen, his very special prayer, may the heart of Jesus live in the hearts of all. So I hope this reflection can also remind us to put into action the prayer of our founder, father, leader, Saint Arnold Jansen. May the heart of Jesus live in the hearts of all.